Um, we're just going to wait a few moments, and I'm trying to hold the energy of all the instructions that I've received. Can you hear the music? Okay, great. Thank you. So today is Imbolc, which is a cross-quarter day, and it is the midway point between the winter solstice and the spring equinox. And it is an opportunity to celebrate the incoming light. We are going to be working with the energies of Ireland and sacred trees of Ireland, working with the goddess Brigid, working with the elements of water and the elements of fire for purification. So we'll start at 8:05, but if you want to, you're welcome to get comfortable. Ideally, you would have feet on the ground so that you can begin to deepen your connection with the energies of Earth. And I'm burning mugwort, which is a wonderful herb for purification, as well as the candle has rose, and then I have spring water, and there is this sacred geometry shape that is about, it's in the water, it's about cleansing all bodies of water. So we'll be working with these energies as we begin. There was some good orb action earlier tonight as I was getting prepared, so we might see a little bit of that. Not if our eyes are closed, but if we watch the video after. So as we begin, we're going to be working with different guardian angels to seal and hold the four directions. There's many ways to do this. Within many shamanic traditions, you begin by calling in animal spirits. But the guidance that I had this evening was that we're going to be working with guardians or energies of more elements and earth. So when you're ready, we're going to begin to connect to the body through the breath. Setting the intention to receive breath. And allowing ourselves to come into this moment, to return to the temple and the vessel of the body through the breath. And allowing the breath to be slow, to be gentle like the soft ebb and flow of the ocean. And setting the intention that as we exhale, we begin to surrender all that no longer serves us. And with intention, we presence Father Sun of the East, and envisioning this eternal force of life rising from the darkness, we presence the ancients of the North, the great elders within the earth, within the mountains. And we see and feel their presence rise, protective, enabling us to gain these higher perspectives, these higher vantage points. And we presence the moon, grandmother moon in the west, seeing her soft illumination, deepening our own connection with our intuition. And we presence the ocean, the great mother, the giver of all life on earth. And with intention, we begin to come deeper into connection with our body, with the natural world, the cosmic world, the world within the astral and the etheric, as we bring awareness to our navels and begin to feel, see, know that deeply rooted connection between our temple and Gaia, Pachamama, Mother Earth. And with intention and imagination, we feel a root like an umbilical cord begin to connect from our body down into hers. We bring awareness to the subterranean world below, concealed within the earth. And we feel as this cord, as this root descends, and we down into her womb, reconnecting, reestablishing this deep connection with nature, with her nature, with our nature. And life force energy begins to rise up, flowing like golden light through this umbilical cord, from Mother to us, her children. And as this energy flows into our body, it begins to illuminate like a tiny sun at our navel, growing and expanding with each breath until our physical body is completely illuminated, until our auric field is filled with light, the light of life. We give thanks to the earth, our mother. And with intention, we bring our awareness up to the cosmos. And we feel and we see the night sky illuminated with the stars and the planets. And here in this space, the only illumination is the natural world. And as we look up, we can see the Milky Way and the light side of the Milky Way that the planet is in alignment with. And we project our imagination, our consciousness through the Milky Way to the very center of our galaxy. And here we meet and find the great galactic central sun, Helios, whose light and power is equal to 1 billion Earth's suns. And we move our consciousness into this great source of creation. And we blend with this light, this cosmic light, until we feel as if we are both absorbed and dissolved with light. We feel the subtle energies within the body that begin to have an electric quality as we plug in and tune in to the earth and the cosmos. And we feel the wiring of our body beginning to realign, beginning to come online. And with intention and imagination, we pull the light of Helios like a great strand of light that flows like a spiral that moves through the Milky Way, through Earth's solar system and atmosphere, down into the earth, and we direct it with our mind and our intention into our energy centers known as the chakras. And it flows in the chakras subpersonal, outside of our physical body. The light of Helios, the light of Source, flows into the Stella Gateway, 2 feet above our head, down to the Soul Star, 6 inches below, down to the causal vortex, the chakra that allows us to exist and explore multidimensionally the astral realm in states of meditation, states of dreaming. And we bring the light down to the crown, to the soma at the hairline, that is the silver etheric thread that connects our soul to our physical body, that connects the small self of the body to the highest self, the sum of all that we are, all that we will ever be, allowing us to come into alignment with our ancient knowing. We bring light to our brow and deeper still into the alta major within our brain that appears like a Merkaba. And as light hits this chakra, the Merkaba expands within us, and it becomes a great anchoring of energy, of divine masculine, the energy of action, of strength, of courage, and divine feminine, the energy of creativity, of intuition, of nurturing. And light moves down to the throat, and the light moves into the high heart. And into the heart. To the heart seed at the breastbone, which contains all of the knowledge of why we incarnated in this lifetime. And down to the solar plexus, at the diaphragm, into the navel chakra, and deeper still to the sacral between the hips, down to the root at the base of the spine, down to the earth star chakra, which is 2 feet below the surface of the earth, down deeper still to the Gaia gateway, which is a chakra that helps us access the hidden world and dimension within the earth. And here we lower our awareness into the earth, and through the Gaia gateway, we imagine that we are entering sacred earth. And it appears like an emerald green doorway, archway. And we drop into our heart, the space of our infinite knowing, our infinite potential. And here we set the intention to connect with our intuition, with our clairvoyance, clear seeing, with our clairaudience, clear hearing, with our clairsentience, clear sensing, with our claircognizance, clear knowing. And as we connect, this great emerald doorway swings open. And before us is a beautiful, rich landscape. In night, we see glistening grasses, and we feel the sentience, the life, the consciousness and intelligence with each blade of grass. You see that there are lightning bugs that dart amongst the grasses like tiny twinkling stars. And one by one, we begin to walk through this doorway. And we enter a realm in a space that is sacred, that was known and nurtured, intended to Neolithic Ireland and Scotland. And as we begin to walk through the tall, cool grass, we are aware of the trees, of the nocturnal animals, the mushrooms, and the sentience and consciousness of the mineral kingdom, the plant kingdom, the animal kingdom, that begin to stir on this cross-quarter day of Imbolc. And we are magnetically drawn forward. And in moments before us, a well. And one by one, we gather at this great stone well, large enough for each of us to gaze forward, to look in the well, and to see the illumination of the moon in the center of the well, radiating down, reflecting to us. And one by one, we dip our hands into this well and feel first the texture of the water. And we feel the life of this water. This water is not inanimate. This water is consciousness. And we set the intention to awaken. 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 And the water of this well begins to energetically merge with the waters of our body. And we hear and receive a gentle knowing, telepathically communicated. And the water welcomes us. It invites us to surrender to her teaching, retraining and training the waters of our body to purify, to flow, to hold the purest vibration, frequency, and memory of the earth and each other. When we receive this teaching, and in moments we each cup the water, washing our faces with the water, allowing the water to be cupped and to pour over, cleansing the exterior of our bodies, purifying all that we are. And we set the intention to surrender all that no longer serves us. And we give thanks to the water. And we begin to walk slowly, making our way through a great field. And within this field, in the distance, we see that there are 5 trees, and in the center, a blazing bonfire. One by one, we walk until we meet a sacred tree, an elder tree known as Hawthorne. And Hawthorne invites us to receive her medicine, heart medicine. And one by one, we approach, placing our heart chakras against her body. And we feel her drawing down deep into her roots, all of our heartache, all of our grief, all of our suffering. And as our being becomes light, we give thanks and pour love back into Hawthorne, giving thanks for her medicine. And in moments, we walk between 2 trees that grow very closely to one another, the yew and the ash. And their consciousness communicates to us that they are origin elements of embodied, of materialized divine masculine and divine feminine. And they show us that deep within the earth, their roots are entwined, connected, though different species. They are essential to one another. And they invite us each to walk between them, entering the toroidal field of their union, which creates an opportunity of polarity, of the balancing of our own etheric field, bringing our divine masculine and divine feminine into balance, aiding the body into entering a state of homeostasis. And one by one, we enter this space and feel ourselves come into alignment, come into balance. And we give thanks to you and Ash as we bring our awareness deep into our heart field. And with this clearing, with this balancing, we connect to the love of no beginning and no end. And it moves through our body, our auric field, our toroidal field. And it envelops you and Ash. And we see and feel and understand that with this connection, there is a deeper activation of their root system. And they tell us that together we are waking up and activating all the spirits of the trees who have been co-conspiring to aid humanity. And by meeting them in the spirit realm, we expedite their activation, their awakening in the material realm. When we're each instructed to take a moment and to create awareness of the trees that are around your home, that are trees that you pass, that perhaps you know intimately, and to one by one hold them in your heart and mind, so that they may now receive this transmission. This transmission on Imbolc. The halfway from darkness to light. And in moments, our awareness is brought back to the bonfire, and we continue deeper into the circle of trees, slowly gathering around the bonfire. And in moments, we begin to understand, like the water, that fire is sentient. And we watch the flames, hypnotized by their colors and shape. And the fire speaks to us, reminding us how essential fire is, be it the flame of a candle or a great burning fire. Fire reminds us that this relationship and connection is sacred, and that the light and the energy of the flames is essential to our wellness, physical, mental, spiritual, and energetic. And the fire invites us each to drink in the colors and the frequencies emanating. And fire tells us that fire is like water. There is purification. There is rebirth. And as we stare into the flame, it's as if the energy of the flame begins to move into our body, through our eyes, filling our vessel, our temple, with the flames of creation, of passion. And when our body has become warmed by the fire, we look again and see within the flames an emerging energy that we instantly recognize as the goddess Brigid. And she begins to rise from deep in the bonfire, a fiery, golden goddess. And she speaks to us and invites us to learn from our plant sisters, the ancestors of the plant kingdom, whose seeds and deep roots bore great fruits and flowers. And she asks each of us what seeds we wish to begin to plant in our lives, in our reality, in our world. And our consciousness in union speaks first of peace, of restoration for the planet, seeds of right relationship with all of nature. And she invites each of us to plant the seed that is in alignment with our highest good, understanding that each of us and each intention is a powerful piece to the whole. And she listens now to your intentions, to your prayers, to the seeds that you wish to plant in your life. And we give thanks to Brigid, and in moments are drawn, beckoned even, to the two tall oak trees just beyond the bonfire. And the oak tree is the Celtic tree of life. And two oak trees create a fairy portal. And as we approach these trees, these great elders, we immediately understand how they unite the heavens onto earth. And as we commune with their soul, their spirit, time travelers, dimensional travelers, it's as if we can see into their bodies, and we see that their base is like a great stargate or portal, allowing time and space to move through. And we see that the roots create a great network of consciousness, of enlightenment. And that their branches and leaves receive all of the wisdom of the universe. And as we are lost in their cosmic flow and cosmic wisdom, We feel the energy begin to shift around us and a great portal of energy opens between them and flowing through, flying through, walking through. We feel the return of the elemental kingdom. And we are told that we will not see them yet, but here we are invited to feel and understand their presence. So as they return to our physical world, our material world, we will welcome them, we will honor them. So our minds and our imagination are seemingly held in this space of the inner workings of the great tree of life. But we feel the elemental kingdom. We feel how they tend to our sisters and brothers within the plant kingdom, how they support our sisters and brothers within the mineral kingdom and the animal kingdom. And they speak to us and let us know that they are returning in the spring, returning at the equinox to support the trees that are awakening and the mushrooms that are aiding, both the trees and the herbs to bring the medicine to the planet that is needed to support all of humanity in our natural evolution, in our journey of becoming Homo luminous, returning to our light, receiving our enlightenment as we allow ourselves to return to connection to the earth and the cosmos. And in moments we feel the energy begin to shift. And we feel ourselves now magnetically drawn to begin to make our journey home. We bow to the oak and we acknowledge this invisible world of the elemental kingdom, of the sprites and the fairies and the pixies and all the intelligence that tend to all of nature. And we bow to the oaks and we move to the bonfire and we bow to the fire and to the goddess. And we move between the yew and the ash, bowing once again in gratitude. And we move to the hawthorne and bow before her and begin a journey back through the tall grasses, illuminated by the lightning bugs and the stars in the sky. And we have awareness that the light has already returned, that the light has already returned, that the light has returned. And as we walk, we see those before us and behind us, each one of us completely illuminated. We see our light, and as our light connects to the light of one another, the darkness of night begins to be obscured. And in moments we see, as we step into our light and claim it, that the world around us is beautiful. It is paradise. It is heaven on earth. And before us, we see the emerald doors that one by one, we cross the threshold. And the door closed behind us. And we are back into the heart center. And from the heart center, it's as if we fall backwards deep into the earth to where we first saw the door at the Gaia Gateway. And from the Gaia Gateway, our awareness grows to the Earth Star chakra. And then we emerge back into our bodies. And we begin to root and grow our own exquisite flower. And we see and feel the energy of the flower that will become medicine individually for each of us to draw upon for inspiration, to connect to beauty, or perhaps the elemental kingdom. And from the heart, we receive the knowing of what this flower is. And in moments, we begin to bring our awareness down to our feet, allowing ourselves to gently come back to the body, allowing ourselves to connect to the breath. Slowly coming back and stretching. And the invitation is to remember that flower and perhaps research what it is as homeopathic remedy, or perhaps to see if it's available in an essential oil or tincture, and to work with that flower and the properties of the flower in the weeks from now until the spring equinox in March. Thank you for joining. Good night.